So here we have the Jordan 4, and I really like these. This is something that I had originally back in the 80s, and I really wanted them again, and I bought them like a year and a half ago. Probably paid a little bit too much for them considering the prices have now sort of become more reasonable, but I'm glad to have them nonetheless. And like I said, it's a pair that I originally had back in 89, and what I like about these is just the red and black and white hits all over the sneaker, and it was a unique design at the time as well, because there wasn't other trainers that were built like this. And I didn't really know about the Jordan 3 at the time, and I only found out about that a couple of years later when I kind of more got into sort of the whole sort of Michael Jordan, Nike trainers and footwear really, and also him being a basketball player, so I was playing basketball at the time. And I really like the way these look compared to some of the other silhouettes, and I'd say it's one of my all-time favourites. Now that I'm older, I think this is still a nice sneaker, but I think it's more streetwear. And now that I'm, like I said, when I'm older, I prefer wearing, I suppose, Jordan 1s more so, and Jordan 3s, partly because of the comfort, but also the way they look on feet as well now. I think being an older person, sometimes you can't get away with these. Not to say that I don't have a few pairs of Jordan 4s, I do, but I just kind of pick and choose the colourways that I like, and if I'm honest, I kind of like the OG colourways more, such as the white cements, which I've also got, and I bought the red reimagines as well. So here are the details for the Air Jordan 4 Fire Red. So it comes in a white, black, fire red and tech grey colour scheme. And these have a polyurethane midsole with an airbag unit in the heel and also in the forefoot. And it's made up of all leather materials. And the price is £200. So with the comfort and sizing, I think Jordan 4s have more of a firm sole. They have a certain amount of give because of the air units in there, but it's still a sort of on the firm side, and for that reason, you know, it will get sort of fatiguing after a while. And I think these, compared to sort of some of the other pairs, similar to like a Jordan 3, they kind of developed the sole to be better for arch support. So I feel like with this one, you get a lot more support with the arch, and your foot sort of feels a bit more natural, I suppose, when it's sitting in the trainer itself. And I think with Jordan 4s, they take slightly more longer to sort of wear in. So I think anywhere between sort of the 5 to 10 hours for the leather to soften really. I think after that they become sort of really nice and better on feet. And in my opinion, I think for basically for anyone who's sort of like a wide foot, it's best to just got a half size because you get pain in the pinky toe. And even if you went true to size, you'll get pain in the pinky toe. But I think if you got half size, it's a bit less. But it's just one of those sort of trainers that you know you're going to experience a bit of, just by design. It seems to be a bit of an issue with these older pairs. And these also have a really good grip in my opinion, so it's just one of those sort of Jordans that are sort of still quite sort of bit on the bulkier side, but also they have a sort of flat base and they sit well to the ground because of sort of the herringbone traction that's in there. So with the look and style, I like the classic and timeless design on these. They were very fresh when they first came out back in sort of 89, and they have this sort of awesome, timeless, but also futuristic look, and they look different to any other sneaker, and that's what originally attracted me to them way back when. And I like the OG fire red color blocking on these as well. So for me, it was one of those sneakers that, like I said, it just, the colorway and the design just instantly sort of grabbed me and just sort of spoke to me, especially as a kid. And these, I think, you know, are good for sort of autumn, winter time because of the fact that they're quite a sort of heavy sneaker. I think you could probably get away with wearing them in the spring, but they've been a sort of predominantly sort of big, heavy sneaker. It's one of those ones that are sort of more robust and sort of rugged looking that you can wear them in autumn, winter. And I think these ones, casual, just works best in my opinion. Unless you go for one of the sort of collabs, then that you can probably just up a bit more smart casual. But with these OG ones, I think they're more better for casual. I think the only one that probably isn't is maybe the white cement. And you can go with the black and or red or white or even sort of sail laces in these. So with the pros, I like the fact that it's got the classic fire red colour blocking. I'm a big fan of this colour blocking, and even the Jordan 3 looks really, really nice, for example. And it's a timeless trainer, so Jordan 4 is popular for a reason, and it's going to remain popular for for a long time. So I think with this one, it's one of those. It's just a well-made sneaker at the end of the day, and just looks by design perfect. With the cons, I think the costs. So again, just any sort of Jordan retros, prices are too high. And like I said, tightness on the pinky toe, and I think most people get this, especially if you have a wide foot. So unless they sort of change these later on, which on the SBs I don't get that kind of problem, but with these sort of older retros you do tend to get that issue. Hopefully it kind of gets fixed over time. So with the ratings, I give the look and style for this a 5 out of 5. It's an amazing sneaker, and it means a lot to me, especially as sort of to my younger self. And even that I'm older as well, I still really like it. It's one of my sort of all-time great sort of silhouettes for Jordan Brand that I go to. With the comfort, I'm going to give it a 3. It's got some really nice tech in there, but they've just not made it very comfortable, and I think after a while you kind of want to take them off your feet. And once you sort of break them in, that becomes a bit better, but I think overall you don't really want to be wearing these, to be, if you're out from the morning to like late evening. It's not one to wear for that kind of stuff. I think if you're wearing them, say, for an afternoon going out, then it's quite cool. And the quality, I'll give it a 5. I think, it's one of those ones where the leather quality isn't perfect. It's a well-constructed sneaker. And the pricing, I give that a 4. So it's just priced a bit too high with all Jordans. So it's one of those ones that I think they need to play around with the pricing to get them a bit lower, especially for the GRs. And overall, I'll still give this sneaker a 5 out of 5. I think it's an amazing sneaker, and the design is just one of those ones that is just a classic, and I think everyone kind of gets why this is such an awesome and iconic and influential sneaker.